got to this point. This is playoff Jerson, playoff Gabol, as you mentioned earlier, with some sprinkles of a muscle man, a Jorge Napoles, a Bonga Lanza on top. But as we know, Coach Jerson, he erases everything after every round or series. And hey, we can't forget, this is also an old rivalry when he was still with Nueva Ecija. So again, expect emotions that would go with a major preparation for the season for champion coach. And so far, so good. Ken, Coach Mike.
Maraming salamat, Mika. And to your point, I mean, it's been an up and down season for Pangasinan. But let's not forget, I mean, they were the 7th seed, Coach Mike. They're playing in the North Division. They finished the elimination round with a 20-9 record. 11 games above 500, and yet kinapos sila to make it, to get an outright entry into the playoffs.
They took the harder route getting here. Hindi automatic na pumasok sa playoffs, pumasok pa sa play-in. Had to go through 3 grueling games in the first round. And heck, those games that Mika mentioned, might as well call these guys the Avengers. I mean, really trying to avenge the season and get back a little bit better and finish up stronger, especially with your main man in Jerson Cabiltes leading the way.
Na-foul doon si Nico Panganiban. He will earn himself 2 more free throws. Coach Jerson, like we said, under the microscope since last season. The disappointment of not making it to the playoffs in his first year with Pangasinan.
Yes.
And then, gaya nga na binanggit ni Mika, sobrang daming talent na pinasok niya dito in their second season. But despite all that, dumaan pa sila sa play-in. They lost that game against Caloocan. Then, they were behind against Ilagan Isabela in that play-in game. But they were able to force overtime, pull through. And then against Nueva Ecija, they were the heavy underdogs. The very impressive Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. And yet, Coach Jerson and the rest of the Pangasinan Heatwaves able to win in a place that for some other teams was just too tough, winning twice in Palayan City. And here, against San Juan, they're making a good account of themselves. They have a 7-point lead, 51-44 here in the fourth quarter.
I still say that first round series by the Heatwaves against the Rice Vanguards had 2 key milestones. One, that buzzer beater, of course, by Hesid Gabo. You know what the second one is? Was that video of the families. Coach Jerson showed the players. That was totally out of nowhere and had a positive impact for the Heatwaves, which right now they continue to drop scores and points here against San Juan here in the game number 1 of round number 2.
Bulanadi streaks through for the basket. But still, for sure, they are really wary of this San Juan Knights team. Despite all their struggles, they're just behind by 6 after that 3 made by Nico Panganiban.
And that's just the beauty. I mean, if you're the San Juan Knights, you've got enough 3-point shooters to knock him down. And Nico's hit a couple, and the AC's got to join those 3-pointers as well if you want to come back real quick in this match.
3-point shooting has been kind to San Juan, 7 out of 21.
Oh, he got beat. He got beat.
Melencio creating an impact off the bench as usual.
Heady player. If you ask me, Ian Melencio. He had an open shot, but expected that long closeout. He's got to run downhill and make that finish.
55-47. Panganiban has come alive here in the fourth. Draws another foul against Pangasinan. It's against Jake Oliado. It's a great move of the game, born for greatness.
A little angle screen action right there of a good finish down the middle for Alin Bulanadi. Pero right now, it's the same thing that's being done by the San Juan Knights. A little angle screen and a middle ball action with the shooters located in the corners and the outside.
Wamar had to adjust his shot. He thought it got deflected. There might be a challenge by San Juan here. Coach Alex will challenge that last call, the out of bounds call. Dahil bola na ng Pangasinan. 7 minutes and 10 seconds left. Coach Alex Angeles uses his challenge. We'll be back for the result of this one.
Upon review, the challenge was inconclusive. Therefore, the challenge has been nullified. Initial ruling on the floor stays, ball possession for the
Conclusive
Heatwaves.
challenge. So, call stands. But Coach Alex still has his challenge left in the event that he wants to use them later on. Pero ngayon, 8 puntos rather ang labang. Pa rin ang Pangasinan, 55-47. Victoria at the last second. Able to dish it out to Jory Napoles. Balik sa 10 ang lamang ng Pangasinan. Wamar
Oh, wow.
misfires from the outside. Rebound controlled by Alin Bulanadi.
He's now 0 out of 5 from 3. Itong si Orlan Wamar, and the struggle is real from the outside.
And Pangasinan is giving San Juan a dose of their own medicine in terms of shackling itong wing players, itong Knights. I mean, Soberano and Wamar have struggled mightily here.
And look at Ian Malencia, really just sticking a couple of steps away from Orlan Wamar off ball, enough for him to recover kung sakaling maswing yung bola sa side niya. But Orlan Wamar, 2 of 7 from 3 in game number 1. 1 of 5 is now 0 out of 5.
This play of the game is brought to you by 747 Live. Dito nga sa legit, your game, your chance, your thrill. Only with 747 Live.
And so what that tells you now, Ken, is that over the course of 3 games, Orlan Wamar is 3 out of 17 from the outside. Very unlikely, unlike the numbers of the usually efficient 3-point shooter in Orlan Wamar.
11 segundo sa shot clock nitong San Juan. Again, they've been undefeated here in the second round of the playoffs.
Nico's free right side. You can see him. It's the
That-
hottest hand.
That immaculate record on the line tonight. I mean, can you imagine 10-0 ka
Oh.
sa second round? Na one step higher, no, from the first round. That's how impressive San Juan has been over the last 6 to 7 years.
But I'm sure si Coach Gerson Cabiltes knows that this game is far from over.
Yeah.
They won that game. As you see a 3-point make right there, and trims this down further. And they came back. They were down 6 minutes remaining in regulation.
Saan nakikita mo, Coach Mike, hindi nila hinahayaan lumayo itong Pangasinan eh. I mean, the biggest lead was at 10 points a couple of times. And also, you do not really sense some panic dito sa San Juan, no? Despite the struggles they've been going through in this game.
Henry, it really just goes back to their system of play. And they understand, we're 2 possessions away, make that 3 possessions at most to get back and tie the lead, tie this game, or even get the lead. But they gotta play defense. Oh man.
Ulanani gets to his spot. Able to connect on that mid-range jumper. Ulanani with 4 points. All of them coming in the second half. 59-50 Pangasinan. As we're approaching the halfway point of the fourth. Panganiban fires from 3. Can't pack it home. Tapikan ng bola. Mapupunta sa Pangasinan.
Yun na mismo ang plano nito ang Heatwaves, in my opinion. Tumira na kayo sa labas. We're gonna make sure that lahat ng tiro niya sa threes is a challenge. And so far, isa pa lang ang nakaka 3 points sa kanila here in the second half. Si Nico Panganiban pala.
Ball stolen away by the Knights. Fulyar will pull it back out. Nice transition defense by the Heatwaves. Wamar, nice pass. Soyod, the extra fee to Aldrich Ramos.
It's the second pass that actually locates the least guarded guy, and so you're playing beautiful jumbo action, the action between 2 bigs with Aldrich Ramos. Oh, what a finish.
Nagawa ng paraan ni Jory Napoles. Bagsak si Raul Soyod. Napoles with 12 points.
Yan ang mahirap talaga pagka high rep yung action. Yung probability na tatama sa mukha yung extremities ng offensive player. See this right here. That was a high rip. Pero mukhang hindi naman Yeah, at least from that video, it's not a solid C. Tumama pa muna sa sa shoulder.
Yeah. Jory Napoles continues his fine play.
The question now is where would the points be coming from para dito sa San Juan Knights.
Napoles.
San Juan Knights.
Napoles. That's the friendly bounce. How about that for Jory Napoles? 63-52.
And the guy's really just all over the place. Scored one earlier, then picks up this 50-50 ball, and just the presence of mind to quickly release it right in front of the rim.
Timeout signed by 11.
Real talk. Sa love, di pwede ang kulang.
For me, dapat ganun din sa tuna.
Ang deserve mo, San Marino Corn Tuna. Siksik, sarap, at sulit.
Sa lata pa lang, dinig mo, siksik sa tuna.
MC, konti lang ang mantika.
And the taste?
Nasap na nasap ang tuna sarap. O diba, talagang sulit na sulit. Kaya switch to San Marino Corn Tuna. The love you deserve.
You're closer to rewards. Hope on Bird. 747 Live, dito ka sa legit.
Fan of the Game is brought to you by LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. And Pangasinan taking it right to San Juan right now. They're up by double figures. Good sized crowd inside the Governor Andres P. Bernos Memorial Gymnasium. San Juan, their immaculate record here in the second round in peril here. And turnover again for the Knights, their 17th.
This really is, Ken, in my opinion, a matter of making those threes. And ayan na nga, no? Yung 17 turnovers na na-force sa San Juan nitong Heat Waves, resulting to 16 points. And when you look at their number of attempts from three, they normally would average roughly about 24 attempts from three, speaking of the Knights. They now have 26 attempts, but their makes are nowhere near from their usual numbers.
Wala nang 3 minuto na lalabi dito sa ating fourth period. Panganiban, nakasungkit ulit ng foul. The lone bright spot really for San Juan in this game. 2 free throws coming up for Nico Panganiban.
And I think that they'll be fine with Nico Panganiban scoring as long as everyone else does not. And you don't have a Mike Calisaan right now. Who Mike is roughly good for about 12 points per game. He's number 1 when it comes to points, third when it comes to rebounds, third when it comes to steals, and second when it comes to minutes. And so, it's just a different dynamic if you don't have Mike Calisaan. And so now, the team's gotta be, the coaching staff of the San Juan Knights gotta be very creative as they try and find a way on how to offset that missing Mike Calisaan the next game.
2.5 remaining in the fourth quarter. Napoles, he misses, but the ball there finds Mike Mabulak, who cleans up his own miss. Mabulak and Napoles having themselves a scintillating second half for Pangasinan.
And so right now, it's the other guys for Coach Jerson Cabildes that have really stepped up. And if this happens to be a defensive game for the Heat Waves, coming from where they were in that Nueva Ecija series, just proves the point. They definitely improved defensively come the playoffs.
We enter the last 2 minutes. Heat Waves up by 11. San Juan. Soberano finds a wide open Nico Panganiban for 3.
Oh man,
15 points for Nico Panganiban.
you're still in this. You gotta get some stops and make your shots.
A minute and 30 left in the fourth. The ball will take his time. 7 seconds left on their shot clock. Kick out pass to Victoria. Got past Panganiban, floats it up. Left it
wow.
short. Mabulak corrals the miss once more for the Heatwaves.
That was a big rebound for Mike Mabula.
Napoles makes his move. Up fake. One-hander does not work. Panganiban in transition. Lost his dribble and Victoria comes away with a basketball. Bulanadi
Oh, wow.
will burn some clock. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Napoles baseline drive. My goodness, Jorge Napoles. Right? That might just be the dagger. 16 points for Jorge.
A couple of opportunities would have been for the Knights to get back quickly the other end, but that rebound, that huge rebound by Mike Mabula, and then that good finish by Jorge Napoles with that left hand. You gotta hand it over to how these Heatwaves have played.
And they continue this impressive run. The Pangasinan Heatwaves. They take game number 1 of this best of 3 series against the mighty San Juan Knights. And boy, the hits continue for the Heatwaves here, Coach Mike.
And might I say, they've done this collectively on the defensive end of the floor. And you like that guys like Mike Mabula, Jorge Napoles, Bonga Lanza, guys really just stepping up to the plate and understanding the mission is to get back into the finals this season.
First loss in the division semifinals for the San Juan Knights. 10-0 since the 2018-2019 Dato Cup. And they are on the brink of elimination. And also that record